Martins from the Mike Martins channel. Today's Portugal Day, by the way, representing the PTG. Anyways, guys, 10 reasons why I left Toronto. A lot of people ask, why did I leave Toronto back in the day? I left Toronto, I think in 2001, 2002. I left Toronto for bigger, better, brighter pastures, greener pastures. And I would be very frank, as I am living in BC, if I was to stay in Toronto, I would be probably having a really tough time here in Toronto. That's just how I forecasted the things. And that's why I left the city of Toronto, the GTA. And this is why I left. And for, reasons for, the reasons I left, I'll explain to you guys. Number 10, crowded. I noticed the city, the GTA, was getting very crowded. Even places like Oakville, Mississauga, Burlington, anywhere you would go was getting very crowded. The crowdedness, everywhere you go, there's people. You don't have kind of your own thing going on. You know what I'm saying? It's very crowded. Number 9, cold. One thing I realized was it was very cold in the GTA, especially because you're by the Great Lakes, and you got pretty much like 8 to 9 months of cold weather. I'm not exaggerating, guys. I remember like May into June, and it's still cold. Like into May 2-4 weekend, we're supposed to get ready to go camping May 2-4 weekend. It's snowing. So that was one thing that turned me off, because you get to May 2-4. June, July, August, September's cold again. You got 3 months of decent weather, and if it's not mosquito season, if the mosquitoes are not out biting, it's really tough. People in the comments section already commenting. Jason saying, I went to Toronto 5 years ago, and I never want to go back. Cold. Yeah, the cold is just, like I said, it's because that whole lakefront cold that hits the city, or the GTA area, the amount of cold weather that you get, it's just phenomenal. When the winds blow and you got the cold and then you got the wind chill factor on top of that. I currently live in Merrick, British Columbia. I left Vancouver for other reasons. I did a top 10 reasons why I left Vancouver. And the cold, it's almost like you're being punished with the cold. The cold is punishing. And it's really tough to get a grip with the cold. Okay. Number 8, traffic. When I left Toronto, the traffic was getting out of control. They were having a really tough time. Everything is bottlenecking. You're always hitting bottlenecks everywhere, on different highways, wherever you're going. You're always hitting some sort of an accident, some careless driver. Always a big problem when you're getting around. Traffic wise, traffic is, sorry, I got a light right up above my head here. I'm trying to see if I can get it to, there we go, there's my bar there behind me. Anyways, okay, traffic. And I know they had those Paralympic games here, or those American games, or whatever you want to call them, and that was a problem for traffic. They had the HOV lanes and stuff. Oh, it was a nightmare. Traffic. And when I was living here, number 7, transit was going downhill. I realized that the transit was going severely downhill. And less people were buying cars because it was getting more expensive to buy cars. And that became a big problem. Number 6, believe it or not, property taxes. Property taxes are very expensive here. The cost of property tax in the province of Ontario in specific areas, like in places like Cambridge, Ontario, Waterloo, Niagara Falls, Toronto, you're paying crazy amounts of property tax. Some places are 2.4, 2.8% the assessed value. That is huge. So if your house is worth $100,000, you're paying $2,800 in property taxes. If your house is worth $200,000, you're paying almost $5,000 in property tax. So property taxes are not cheap. And with this housing crisis they're having right now in Toronto, with these $1 million homes, I'm wondering what they're doing with the property tax or how they're taking care of property tax. Number five, car insurance. Holy crap. Okay, car insurance is, I know some people are getting really good deals, which is nice, but there's some car insurance here. Like, I mean, some people are paying like 300-400 bucks a month for car insurance. For my car, my Chrysler 300, it's a 2010. It's an older car, 2010 Chrysler 300. I got it down to 77 bucks a month. Full coverage liability, I think up to $500,000, blah, 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 whatever. Car insurance is very expensive here. Very expensive. Because you got to make up for the people that can't drive. And that's a big problem. Okay, number four, antisocial. When I left Toronto in 2001, it was becoming very antisocial. I found it very hard to meet women. Found it very hard to, as I got older, I found it very hard to just make ends meet when it comes to make like friends and stuff. And you know what the funny part is? I'm here in Toronto. I'm 40 years old now. I'm visiting all my friends from high school. Those are my only friends, you know? And that's my only friends are from high school. So someone's asking me, Mike, when are you coming back to BC? I'll be back to BC next week. And someone's asking me, where are you based now? Oh, I'm just visiting family in Toronto, GTA area right now. I've been spending a lot of time reuniting with old friends that I haven't seen in a while. Hopefully some come and visit me today. So antisocial. I realized number four is antisocial. I realized that Toronto was extremely antisocial when it came to making friends and stuff, and and it's still my high school friends. Outside of high school, I had no friends. I had no friends. Everybody that I'm friends with, I'm thinking off the top of my head, are all from my high school. All from my high school. Every single one of them. I didn't have a friend outside of high school that I'm friends with today. I knew people, coworkers and stuff. Nobody from outside. Number three, the rudeness. Uh, it was uh, when I was young, everyone kind of respected their elders. Everyone respected each other. It was a very respectful um, growing up. It was that whole growing up on Christian values type thing where respect your parent, mom and dad, respect this, respect that. I noticed that things were just out of high school. It was kind of like a shock, just the amount of rudeness, the disrespect people have for each other, whether you're driving or walking on a hallway in a mall or something. I just noticed that, and you could feel that. You could feel it in the air. You could really feel it around you. Number two, taxes. Not property taxes, but taxes. I know in BC taxes are high, but I think in Ontario, um, taxes are a lot higher in Ontario. Taxes in Ontario are pretty high, and a lot of people, yeah, but you get free healthcare. You know what? Healthcare is good when you get sick, and if you don't get sick, like I've been touch wood 20, 30 years without going to a hospital. How do you see, how do you justify? You get what I'm saying, right? But yeah, taxes are really high here. Taxes are super high in the province of Toronto. I don't know how it is where you guys in other provinces. And the number one reason why I left was because the cost of retail rents. I really wanted to open the store like I have today, which I'm showing you in the store today. So it's not like oh, his dream to open it. I had many stores in Vancouver, and the retail rents downtown Vancouver by Stadium, where the Canucks play across the street. I could pick up a decent sized store for a decent sized retail store for about 3,000 a month. That same store in Cambridge, Ontario, never mind Toronto, where the Blue Jays play. Cambridge, Ontario is like 5 grand a month for rent. The retail rents in the province of Ontario are ludicrous. I looked into it because my mom wanted me to move back to Ontario. So I was looking at rents to do what I. Sorry, there's a fly here on my face. I was looking at rents to say, oh, maybe open a store out in Toronto or something. I checked for rent in Toronto for a little tiny warehouse, and a little tiny warehouse was like a little tiny store with little visibility and stuff was going to cost me close to $3,200, but it was just in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of no traffic, in the middle of horrible. I looked at malls that wanted minimum 7,000 per month, and I could go to downtown Vancouver, right where the Canucks play, right by the Costco, and I could get a place for under 3,000 a month. And I could show you if you don't want to, you don't want to believe me. The price of retail stores here in the province of Ontario is just mentally ludicrous. It's crazy. I don't know how these retail stores stay in business here in Ontario. In BC, it's very flexible. A lot of the stores in BC are empty. A lot of the malls now, when you go in British Columbia, a lot of the malls have empty stores, like 10%, 20. I know one mall, I'm not going to mention its name, where 50% of the stores are completely empty, and they're giving places away there. So, in comparison, the tale of two cities, Toronto, why I left Toronto, that's the reason why I left. Taxes, the anti-socialness, the rudeness kicking in, and everything was all fine and dandy when I was sheltered with the high school. It's after high school I started realizing that it's a very cutthroat. Life is a cutthroat industry. Life is ready to, So on a positive note, get out there, explore. After I left, I didn't go to Vancouver. I lived in Florida for a bunch of years, down in South Florida, and I'll do some videos about that. I wish there was. I wish YouTube. I wish there was a way to upload to YouTube. Like there was, you just had to plug in your camera. But back in the day, I wish I could show you guys, the business I had down there in Miami, in Fort Lauderdale. Sorry, but yeah, I just wanted you guys to know, like there's a huge world out there. There's lots of success to be gained in life. Remember, we're renting time on this earth, right? You're renting time on this earth. If you feel that you're comfortable living in 8 months, 9 months cold weather of the year, and you feel and you're okay with that and you're cool with that, that's fine. I just couldn't live 9 months of cold weather. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't live 9 months in cold weather. I'm sorry for a lot Florida for like I don't know, so many years, 5 years and 5 years, 5 months, I think 5 years. Yeah. Until 2007 when things started to hit the fan, I took off and sold everything there and moved to Vancouver. But yeah. So, you know, I did what I set out to do. Oh, well, yes, I did. Oh, yes, I did. And people are commenting on the comments section. I just wanted to do that for you guys. Why I left Toronto. Let me know what you guys think. I'll be going live with a couple of real estate videos on what's going on. Boots on the ground. Mike Martins, I'm here. Someone say, hey, Mike, do you spend much time in the Philippines? I will be building a home there. I will be building a home in the Philippines from scratch. So keep watching my channel. I'll be going to a little island my wife is from, an hour off the coast of the mainland Philippines, one of the islands where she's from. So we're going to be building a home there. So continue watching my channel. And, you know, everyone wants to buy me a beer. Buddies in Scarborough here, Kenny, wants to buy me a beer. Yeah, anyways, let me know, guys. Comment below. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, how you guys feel. If you could leave Toronto, where would you go? Comment below. If you could leave, if you're watching this because you're thinking of leaving Toronto or the GTA, where would you like to go? Life, you're renting life, guys. You're renting time on this earth. I'm sorry. I mean, I gotta put it. You're buying time. Buy time. Don't lose it, guys. You know, buy time. Don't lose it. I'm 40 now. I'm half of 80. I'm going to be in the ground in about 25, 30 years. I'll be in the ground. I'll be gone. Hopefully, I'll have a nice Christian burial. And, you know, I'm at that age now where I'm talking about, look, I'm going to be dead soon. And yeah, buy time, don't lose it, guys. Take advantage, seize the moment. Uh, Let me know. Comment below. I'll be live in a bit again with some videos for you guys to talk about some. That's right. Buy time, don't lose it. Don't lose time. Buy it.